What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another solo leveling Arise video. Alright guys, we are here to talk about my favorite new sets for DPS and why I think this is the best set in the game currently, even surpassing the curse set, not in terms of combat power, but overall damage and output. Okay, and we are talking about none other than the 4-piece set of Warmonger, and the other set is the brand new leveled up old school expert set. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys a couple of different things here and some numbers so you guys can see how the set works and why you want to consider, even if you are running a full 8-piece curse set, to maybe switch over to some of these things. Now, this is my current pay to win account. Okay, my current attack and stats are the following. We have 84% precision. We got 50% crit, of course. Crit damage is 191. Defense penetration is 13.5, 9.24. But the main thing to look at here is the attack. The attack is crazy high on this. Not super crazy high. I can probably go high. I actually have gone higher. I think 33k was what I can get to. But I'm going to run with this right now, and this is the curse set that I'm running with, okay? So I'm going to take this off, and we're going to do something inferior, okay? We're going to do the actual Expert and Warmonger. So I'll show you guys what I'm currently using for Expert and Warmonger. It's a lot less combat power. It's a lot less attack power. It's a little bit more crit damage, but overall, I want to show you guys how this works and why you want to consider rolling for this set and running this set over the curse set sometimes. And I only say sometimes because I'll give you guys the real stipulations of why the keyword sometimes is involved. But here we go. We're gonna put it all on now, and I'm going to show you guys why this is one of the best sets in the game, and why it is going to be incredibly powerful in almost all circumstances, except for a few. There's going to be a few times where min-maxing is going to be a problem, and I'll talk about that while I do this fight. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and equip everything here. Let's go ahead and do this. Now, I don't have a wind version of this ring. I only have a fire version, which I like stats for. So we're going to go ahead and equip the fire version. So we're not getting any elemental bonus on Cerberus because we're going to be doing a Cerberus fight. Again, I don't have all the legendary rings yet or items. So we're going to be running a few of these with some epics rather than legendaries. Okay, so this is another one right here. So you guys can see my combat power went from about 200 something to 171. My attack went down to 23k versus 30k. So about 7k decrease on attack. My crit went up a little bit, but that doesn't matter because we're slammed. My crit damage went up by roughly about 7%. No, wait, 11%? Maybe 11%? 12%? I forgot. Something like that. Anyways, it went up. The damage increase went down, and the defense pen went to 0. Completely to 0. Okay, so we're doing no defense penetration. We're going to run the exact same weapons. I'm going to put a few blessing stones on just so everybody's on the same page. We'll do this one for the dash. We won't do any attack ones, just so there's no attack interference. I just want to show you guys how all of this works. So what I'll do is I'll do like the crit one. We'll do the Kasaka Steel just to get a little bit more survivability, and we'll do another dash one. Okay, so again, no interference for attack. We're just going to be focusing on boosting as much power as we can, and I want to explain to you guys why this set is so damn powerful. All right, so let's go into hard mode Cerberus and show you guys what I'm referring to. So I'm going to jump in here and show you guys the whole fight. All right, so you guys can see 712k versus 600k. Pretty straightforward stuff there. So what I want to do is show you guys the way this set works and why it's incredible. So first off, the set itself gives you up to 3% attack 8 times. 3% attack and defense. So you can stack defense and attack 8 times, 0.5 second cooldown, 24% more defense, 24% more attack. Now with expert set, every time you do a crit, you have a 50% chance to increase the attack power by 1.6% up to 100 times. Obviously much superior in longer fights. This is not considered really a long fight. It's considered a medium fight. You can stack attack up to 160%. So if you stack both of them and have them both working at 100% at all times, you can get yourself 184% attack versus the 50% more damage increase. This is a much bigger deal, right? So even though I'm 7k attack lower, I can make up for that 7k by putting in a lot of extra hits and getting those stacks, and then, adding them to the skill level. So once you get a perfect set of these, nothing is going to beat this set. But let me show you guys. You guys can see right there. First things, couple things to note. When you're doing a multi-skill like this, where there's multiple attacks happening in one skill, the countdown still goes on, which means you can lose your buff. It considers any basic attack, core attack, or any skill. As soon as the first hit activates, the rest of the hits don't count. So you do have to sometimes watch that because you may lose the stacks by doing multi-skills. So you have to make sure that you are going in and basic attacking fairly often. Okay, so you guys can see here, 4, 5, 6. As long as you're attacking 7, 8, there's full stacks. 24 stacks now of this is now fully set. Now I'm going to be doing a lot more damage because of that. and we're going to see here how much damage we can pull off, right? So here, we're going to do another West Wind. Boom. We went from 4 million to 5 million. You guys can see Expert now is at 11, 12 stacks, right? And now Expert works a little differently, of course, because it will stack a lot slower because of the RNG. But look, we're going to keep that 8% up, and we're going to continue just busting this guy in the chops. There's 5.8 million. Right, and you see here, this is where the dilemma stands. Like, if you are stuck in an iframe, you saw I almost lost 8 stacks, you have to rebuild it. That is one of the biggest issues with this armor and this armor set, because if you're not attacking constantly, you have the ability of losing that stack, and then you've got to start over. Now, granted, it's not hard to get all those stacks back, but it is still a way of losing your DPS, and that was what I was saying with the issue with the game and this armor is the fact that you have to watch this at all times, and if you're min-maxing, losing 24% attack is a huge deal, right? So keep that in mind if you're planning to use this set. And look at that, we're continuously just doing insane amounts of damage on this boss. All right, he's going in the middle. We're gonna try to break him here. See if we can. Perfect. We still got 8 stacks still going. Perfect. Let's go ahead and do this. We don't have Shadow Step, so we're still going to go ahead and do our ultimate here. You guys will see how much damage this does. It's crazy amounts of damage. Now, Expert set is nowhere near 100%. Now, this set, personally, is going to be the best set, in my opinion, for POD. POD is the place to use this. Now, here's another iframe that we have to avoid. There's 8. We still got our 8. And we're only at 40 stacks, right, of Expert. So that is not a lot of attack increase in comparison to what it could be. So we're going to keep that 8% going. Look at 13 now. Like, it's crazy how much damage you'll do in this. Okay, and then he's going to go up in the middle now. Look at that. Look at that damage, guys. Insane damage. Now, when I'm using the curse set, I can't show you apples to apples. And the reason why I can't show you apples to apples is, of course, because the curse set that I currently possess has 7k more attack power, which is a huge deal, especially for a fight like this. But this specific armor set, guys, for any POD runs you do, for any length of fight that will last you 3 minutes at 3.5 minutes to about 5 to 6 minutes, this is the armor set combination that you want to use. The stacking of attack power is insane. You're going to not find anything else in this game that's going to give you as much damage output, especially if you are also stacking additional crit damage with other skills and attack with other skills and damage increase with other skills. Yes, Burning P set will give you way more power in regards to combat power and getting out of the red. It will still probably be one of the best sets in the game, but when you're coming down to sheer damage, this is it. The biggest thing that the curse set has over this is the fact that it's a timed countdown versus a triggered countdown, where you don't have to attack for the curse set to increase the damage that you do, right? You just have to literally sit there and let it collect dust and let it collect damage. You don't have to do any form of attack, and it's indefinite. That's another key thing. That 100 stacks will stay there for the entire duration of the fight. So that's the beauty of the curse set, and of course you can't scoff at the 50%, but right now, as it stands, the Warmonger set and the Expert set is much superior in regards to full-on attack. One thing I will note, they are easing up the requirements on the curse set. So if they do make the 8-piece set the 4-piece set, then curse set will then again become the best set, because the 50% damage increase is way stronger than the 24% attack, right? But with the 24% attack and the Expert set, the 184% obviously is a way bigger deal than the 50% damage increase. But if you can get 50% damage increase plus 160% attack, you're unstoppable. So keep that in mind. So this may change when we see the new additions to what they do to curse set, but I did want to show you guys this, especially what's happening now, as the best set in the game for raw damage output. All right, guys, this is Payne. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.